lately? Things are going pretty good. It's still I wake up in the morning and I feel peace, and the crows will show up and they'll kill it and they won't stop, and I haven't figured out how to stop it. But today I'll post a picture later. I looked up and I saw a giant, there was one cloud in the sky and it covered the whole sky, and it was just a person, head, torso, and giant angel wings. It was so indisputable, it couldn't have been anything else. And then I sat and asked for confirmation for hours and got the birds right to left, butterflies right to left, the whole time. So today I decided, because my ex had told me that she had been cheating on me with a guy who was in a relationship and is still in that relationship for about 6 years. So I decided to message her, and she did. I messaged someone I thought was his mom first, because I thought that was a good thing, and then she seemed to be very immature and blocked me. So I messaged her, the girl, and then I messaged her sister, and then I messaged my friend, or an old friend, who knows the girl. So, and basically, I told her that he cheated on her with my girlfriend in 2019, and that stayed going on. And the next time I know it happened was in 2021. And then she said that they're still in contact, and he's been with a girl throughout her entire going to college. They dated in high school and they kept dating through her college, and she just transferred after 4 years of college to Burlington. So it's a big change for her. I guess it came at the right time. I also told her that I did see her in his car, and it looks like she was on a trip to Hawaii. So the guy's not better looking than me. He's taller, but I've slept with two people he slept with, and they both told me that I'm better. So I was just mad. It felt like he ruined my life, but I guess I'm grateful because it would have happened with somebody else, and I might not have found out if I didn't wake up one night and she was asleep, and what felt like an angel told me to check her phone. So I checked her phone and saw a picture of him at the foot of his bed, and her legs both were naked, and his entire back was scratched up, and she was scratching my back then. So I also, one of my subscribers, Nate, who was a friend of mine, um, bird right to left, two birds right to left, and a butterfly. I was drunk on my bed with a friend, and I was in a youth group, and in that youth group there was a 15-year-old girl. Chloe tried to insinuate I was getting involved with a 15-year-old girl. She was doing a bunch of drugs, a bunch of pieces of shit, and she was a part of the overarching friend group. There was Ajane, Z, that girl, and Trinity, who was also my ex's friend. And they were all 21. The girl was 15. When I was 13, I was hanging out with older people, and I decided if she wants to hang out, at least I could be a good role model and kind of take her away from that. Because she was like talking about how she was either sending, or the guy was begging for nudes, a 26-year-old heroin addict that was selling her weed. And just her life seemed horrible. She was doing acid a bunch at 15, so no drugs at my house. Nothing happened there. I drank with Ajane, and Nate and that 15-year-old were at the foot of the bed, and dragonfly right across my face, right to left, right there. Yeah, he grabbed her tit, and he tried to make more of a move, and she left, I think, or she stopped him. And she hated me for years because she's like, how could you still be friends with him? He molested me. And then I guess he gave her a ride once, and he tried to do more with her again, and she got out of the car and left him. He also, another ex-girlfriend of mine came up to him and asked him about me, and then he found her on Facebook and kept messaging her, sending her memes, and I don't know how far that went. So I'm ready to tell his girlfriend, because his girlfriend's been a good, like, I've considered her You know, I don't consider myself having friends, but I consider every moment to be meaningful, and I've had a lot of positive, meaningful experience. I never had a bad experience with her. I think she's a very good person. Um, she was Catholic. He took her virginity. He first boyfriend, and they've been together. So I'm gonna tell her, because she used to beg me in his house. She would be like, I don't know if this is the right move, and I felt like she felt scared to leave him. And I said, I think you should follow your dreams. So, you know, he's sent me probably $1,000 between like 2019 and now, I'd say. And he helped me through crypto get $12,000. He told me to invest in Doge, and it blew up. I'm not saying he was completely a piece of shit, but I think that there was a lot of bad stuff in that friendship, and I don't think there was much really positive. I think that the best move for me back in 2019 would have been to just cut everybody off after the car accident and get in the gym. The thing I loved to do the most was work out, and I sacrificed the gym to date Chloe, and then she cheated, and then I gave up on life. And that's why people think I'm messed up in the head and all this stuff. And I need meds because I don't want to work a stupid fucking job. Yeah. Um, yeah, she was everything I wanted. And then I got in the car accident, and then I got with her, and then she cheated, and I gave up on life. It killed me to love, for the first time I gave myself fully to somebody. I really loved somebody for the first time in my life. And what the? Oh, it's a bunch of, hey, it was deer. Those are deer. Right to left. There were 4 of them. They were watching me. I whipped my head around and saw them. That's gonna be tough. I don't want to sleep. I sleep in the woods now. I don't want them to trample on me while I'm asleep. But yeah, I'm ready to tell them all. So I'm messaging people, and I'm gonna get it all off my chest, and then I'm gonna delete Facebook, because God is here for me. Nature is here for me. I have a better relationship with these fucking plants than I ever have with any human being on earth. The plants don't do me wrong. God doesn't do me wrong. But everyone else has. So I'm ready to let them all go. I used to want to save them. I really wanted to save them. I kept them in my mind all day. All I did was obsess, because I thought that I had to fix everyone, and I wanted to create the perfect experience that would show them the love that I had that they didn't, and teach them this way of seeing life that I learned as a child, that I would have fixed them. There were so many people that I was friends with that would become jealous and bitter and angry, and all I wanted to do was get them in the gym, get them working out, help them make their songs, and they would just get worse and worse, and they would just consistently come into my life and betray me. Everyone was obsessed with sleeping with my girlfriends. Every friend I've ever had. Think about, like, how many friends have you met from childhood on? Every single friend I've had past 13 years old were always trying to take me down bad roads, and then they would try to sleep with my girlfriends. So I wrote a song I'm really proud of. I'm gonna work on it. We're gonna smoke. I'm gonna talk a little bit about life, and then I'm watching The Boys, and I'm going to bed, man. This is just for when they eventually find my Facebook, or they eventually find this YouTube channel. Because when you stir the bee's nest like this... Oh, my lighter's out. Well, ain't that a sign? Still looking for my other lighter. The song is playing, Are You Are you caught up in a dream? Well, that sucks. Where the frick is my freaking lighter, fam? My spare one. I've got a bunch of golf balls I found on the ground. I guess we'll leave it. Find my lighter. Oh, my backpack's on my back. Look at that. What a crazy turn of events this has been. Yeah, I'm not crazy. At all. Actually, when you take away the performance and the choosing to stay, you know, like, I think the cool thing about me is that no matter what the craziest shit that I say, I'm never so crazy I would be hospitalized, because really I'm not. I'm just entertaining different thoughts and trying to piece together truths. I don't have my lighter. It is what it is, man. So I experienced something spiritual that when you say it would make people think you're crazy. That doesn't mean I went crazy. I actually think I'm doing much better than I was when people liked me. I think I'm a much better man. I think I'm much stronger. I think I've been through a lot more. And I think I'm pretty proud of myself. So if there's no lighter, man, I don't see a point. Let's try. If I shake it a little bit, time to get this. It's lit. It's lit. Fuck you. It's lit. Okay. Please, good Lord, bless me with one more light. If I shake it. Fuck these mosquitoes. Why isn't it lighting? Try and you shall succeed. If at first you don't succeed, tell a bunch of strangers that some random girl you don't know is being cheated on. Am I the bad guy? No. Not at all. Did I make a mistake? At first, I messaged the guy's mom, but it turned out to be like his cousin or something. So that was a mistake. But then I messaged her, and the universe has been pretty happy. I'm going to post it. I saw a giant angel in the clouds. It's indisputable. You're going to look at that picture and be like, that can't be anything but God's intervention. Other than that, I've been really peeved. Every time that girl calls me, it feels like I lose all my power. She takes it from me and casts a spell on me, trying to like love my way into her delusional life. And then she's really, at the end of the day, she's kind of a bully. These mosquitoes are pretty bad. Where's all the birds? Usually the dragonflies and the birds have killed all these mosquitoes by now. That's me. A couple tarot videos came to me today. Both of them were dropped exactly 33 minutes before I saw them. And the readings were very specific, and it was about how nature, like the 4 deer that just said hi to me, and the butterfly that flew by my face, and the dragonflies that flew by my face, and all the birds that came around me, that have been doing that when I ask all day, every day for years. Nature has been talking to me. I finally got the video that said like, hey, you're a 33, you're learning how to give yourself unconditional love. how to love you've been figuring out what unconditional love is, and now your guides are telling you you learned all that not to love others or set an example for others unconditionally, but because it's finally time for you're ready to love yourself, give that love to yourself unconditionally, which is hard because I base my entire self-worth off of achievement. If I don't go to the gym, if I don't brush my teeth, if I don't take care of myself, I'm nothing. And then that went into later in life, like 17 and 18, that turned into if I don't sleep with these girls, I'm worthless. So, years later, now I'm ready to internalize instead of externalize my worth. Instead of putting it over there, if I get there, then I'll be this. I'm ready to accept that I am something and I deserve love. I deserve people that will be honest with me and won't keep secrets. I deserve people in my life that think about their actions before they do them, and they think about how their actions affect other people before they do them. I've been around really self-serving people. And in the contrast, I had a lot of people that were extremely obsessed with me. My life has been a long road of sexual abuse, police brutality, and suffering alone in silence. Crying to a God who doesn't show up when I need him, but then will randomly give me the most obvious signs over and over and over again, weeks later, when I don't need him. And then I'm like, okay, at least I know now I can get through it on my own. You know what I'm saying? No chats. I mute everybody. So if you guys comment and I don't respond when the live stream's over, I'm like, how did I get 17 comments? It's because I mute everyone. And unless you're trying to, like, I don't know, I had people offer to send me things that would help. That's good. But I also have a lot of people that would find my Facebook and would, like, really try to build a connection with me. And that triggers my PTSD badly. I don't want to think about any type of connection with anybody else right now for a long time. I'm just trying to get to a position where I'm happy in life. And I feel like sharing that ruins it. So I'm not going to tell you guys, but I have tried and I've been given opportunities, and I really try to make those opportunities go better. Like, people have come up to me and told me that they know somebody that's in the job that I want to work, in the place I want to live, and then instead of helping me, they tell me that guy hates it. It's horrible. It's not the place you should want to go. I can tell you this, where I left the music industry, and months later I tried to kill myself. And in the institution, every time I asked God if I should send it to California, Hotel California would play about how you go there for your dreams, and then you're on a lonely road by yourself, and then it seems so nice, but as soon as you get there, you're stuck forever. It traps your soul. You get stuck in their mindsets, and you learn things about life that you can never come back from, and that the only way out is drugs. And that was every single time. But then I went to my job, which I haven't gotten the email about when I'm supposed to start yet. But I went there, and I remember I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know. Should I? And then I got like a bunch of differing shooting stars, but I obviously got shooting stars on command, But eventually, after a bunch of little small ones, a bunch of big ones flew right to left, pointing directly at the job where it is. It literally like the shooting stars started on this side where the moon is, and then went all the way across the sky, all the way to exactly where the job is, and then it faded out. So I went there, and my favorite song was playing, which is Boys of Summer by Don Henley, I think. It better not be Robert Palmer, I swear to God. Robert Palmer should not. I don't want the dirty laundry guy being the guy that did Boys of Summer. It better be Don Henley. Which is what I wanted to name my son. I wanted a girl named Casey, Acacia Grace O'Brien, and she would carry the Casey name. And if I wanted another, maybe like I wanted 7 kids, 7 to 11 kids. Maybe like the first one, if it was a girl, would be Casey, or the second, and then like the 6th or 7th, if it was a boy, I'd name him Casey. But then I wanted Connor. I wanted a son named Connor. I wanted a son named Avery. And I think I wanted a son named Don. Or Dom. Probably Don. No, Dom. One of those. And it might be a middle name. And those names would go like either middle or first. And then it didn't work out. I wanted a girl named Acacia Grace, and then an indigenous girl named Taylor Grace liked me, and I fucked it up. I was at the park and ride, and she messaged me saying she thought I was really attractive. And it didn't work out. And she went to another guy, and all of her relationships have gone horribly since. But she was really close friends with a group of friends that had done me really wrong in the past, and I really have love for. It felt like it was a ritual to steal my energy, because when she messaged me, 3 other people that were related to those friends also messaged me randomly. They were all like in a close-knit group, and they kept trying to build a relationship with me. And the more I lost my light trying to talk to them, the less invested they got. So I think I was like an attractive beam of light a bunch of flies swarm trying to eat. And then it found out, like, how that happens is usually if you have like a big blessing for a creative project, people will swarm you. And then if you give that away to people, you usually find out that those people were about to start their creative endeavor, and they were being led to take it from you. So the people I cut off, they had tried to build a relationship with me. It got sick and twisted, and I cut them off. And then I saw that one of them went and did their first stand-up show the next day. One of them went on stage and did their first performance the next day after I cut them off, and it was missing the light that I had. So, further evidence I'm the test. How people treat me is like a crossroads. Or in Harry Potter, King's Cross Station. It takes you from one place to the next. And then what you do in there depends on where you go. But I also believe that time isn't real, and it's part of the illusion, and all these moments are actually happening at once. The illusion is that I feel like I'm here right now, but really I'm everywhere. Bug left to right. That's not the case. That's some spirituality bullshit. But I do feel like time isn't real. And I do feel like there are things that can see around time. Like if you guys were here years ago, 2 years ago, and I had a dream that I had built this army in the woods, and we rampaged through all my karmic relationships, and I defeated and saved us from my family's generational karma. Something just wrapped around my head and said, "Ask and you shall receive." So I want the best thing to happen for everyone. want judgment for everyone that did me wrong. I want those police officers fired, shamed, and ostracized the way that I was. If God deems it, I would like all the relationships of the people that hurt me to end. Giant bird, right to left, across the whole skyline. That was a heron or something, or maybe it was a big falcon or an owl. It was a big bird. It was going too fast to be a heron. Oh, another one, right to left. This one's a bat, and it's going right above my head, right here. Right to left. Bitch. If I could pin this video, I would. This would be the video I'd want to show people if they were to ever find Casey after years of not speaking to me. What happened to Casey? I heard he was a crackhead. No, he escaped into the wilderness alone, crying, and the forest embraced him, and he came back different. And the world couldn't stand it, and they tried to kill it, and he survived. But too many people were jealous and angry on the internet. So, he would schizo rant. And the things he would say had a lot of truth and a lot of light and a lot of like high level artistry. But it was hidden in that. You had to be able to see through past your own prejudice to really understand him. That was my art form, because I couldn't get the means to make my music. I kept trying, I kept working, I kept fighting, and it never came. And I slowly worked, and now I have this epic guitar and all these amazing songs that if I had just gone right into making it, I would have never experienced anything like this. I'm so grounded. I'm so much more than I thought possible. I didn't realize. And I'm so happy to see the people that hate on me and shit on me and down on me don't have any idea what it's like to be like this. And they probably never will. So I'm grateful for the suffering. I'm grateful for what I've been through. And I'm so excited to see what's to come. Because I think it's big things. For me to have gone on this long and never gave up. And every single person that comes into my life, I tried to make their life better. And I think I did make everyone's life better. That came at somehow, some way, everyone that I meet, I think I set an example and I helped them get to a better state of life. Who's this? Lizard bait? We're all about to be standing out here. It's bait for the lizard? Oh, just standing out there with you, bro? Yeah, mass homelessness. You're gonna need a professional, man. You're gonna need to know. Especially if the cops get worse. If the colonizers and the cops get worse, it's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be hard for a lot of people. And I went through it alone. I've had, like I told you guys, in 2023, I had a gaggle of giggling Gaelic goons. When my car got stolen and I was homeless, and I went to King Street because it was too cold. And everyone in there had the names. So my ex cheated on me with a guy named Jaden. This is on brand because the video's about Jaden and his girlfriend. There was a Jaden. I went to Phoenix. My little brother, John Michael, went to Phoenix on this big mission. I thought it was to save everyone. He thought it was his grand adventure to find a new life. I ended up getting information that has helped people with cancer and has healed brain injuries. And he went and stayed in some Airbnb that was really dusty, and the guy was weird to him, and his mom took him across the country on and he got to see the Grand Canyon and a bunch of different stuff. They took the big scenic route back, which was good for him. But then when John Michael and I got back, one time we saw these kids on acid, and a kid named Phoenix came in and played music with us. Then my mom gave me this huge Phoenix tapestry Firefly right here, right to left. Right? That's so cool. It's right where I'm looking too. Where I like keep my focus. The firefly flew around. My mom got me this big phoenix tapestry with a bunch of barbarians under the phoenix on a hilltop, waving their axes and yelling in battle. And then John Michael got a tattoo of lips on his fucking neck because I got a neck tattoo. And he didn't like it, so he decided he was going to change it to a phoenix. So a kid in that program was named Phoenix, and I took him under my wing. He helped me out when I got kicked out because there was a guy who said he was a Viking that killed me 1,000 years ago. And he tried to make my life hell in the King Street shelter. And I just got up and put my knuckle, the two middle knuckles, in his Adam's apple, and I pushed it into his neck. And he started choking and screaming. And then he felt he had beat me because I got kicked out, but he got jumped. People hated that he would walk around trying to dominate people, and like 15 guys cornered him at the bus station and beat the fuck out of him, put him in the hospital. It was a guy named Ari, and my cousin's name is Ari, which is cool. But there was Phoenix, there was a Jaden there, and he was cool to me. There was an Ethan, there was a Noah, there was a Vinny, there was a Cade, there was an Aaron, and there was a girl named River. It's cool. And there was and the overarching giant fat ogre bitch was named Shauna, and she smelled bad, and she would try to dominate us, and we wouldn't be allowed to be happy, or she would come out and try to build a relationship and connection with us to destroy it. I hated that. She kicked me out. But Chloe cheated on me with Jaden. Chloe was abused by her brother Ethan. Chloe also, one time when I had the brain injury, she, as a vegetable, she brought me to a guy named Vinny's house, undid her hair, brushed her hair, made it look nice, took off her hoodie, so her leggings, so her big butt would show, and went into his house for an hour, and then came back and we left like it was nothing. So there was a Vinny there. And then Aaron and Dan are huge in my life. Over and over and over again, I'll keep seeing these names. And now I'm by a river, which is cool. But all those names have been following me, circulating me my whole life. So it's either it's either been happening, like this whole life that I've been living has been planned since the dawn of time, or we're just in an ever-changing simulation, and that was a dream. But that doesn't mean that there's not violence. You know what I'm saying? So it's 33:25. It's going to be 33:33 by the time I end the live. Thank you for watching.